you talk about a relationship? Now, this could be your relationship or somebody else's. There are certain terms and phrases which are very common when you are talking about a relationship. So, welcome to this lesson. My name is Rima and I'm going to teach you how you can talk about a relationship. The first thing that I have for you is to have a thing for. Now, what is it that this means? Now, to have a thing for can be used in two ways. The first way is to denote what somebody likes in a relationship, in a romantic relationship. So I could say something like, John has a thing for blue-eyed beauties, which means John generally likes blue-eyed women. So this is one way to use to have a thing for. You could also use it in another way by saying, I think John has a thing for Sarah, which means John likes Sarah, or John is romantically interested in Sarah. So it's a casual way of saying that somebody is interested in another person. So that's all about to have a thing for. The next one is pretty similar, to have a crush on. Now this has one clear meaning. It means you are romantically interested in someone. So you could say something like, Jane has a crush on a boy in her class, which means Jane is romantically interested or attracted to a boy in her class. You could also use this by saying something like, Jane is crushing on a boy in her class. So crushing, when you use the ing form, it's a more playful and casual way of saying that you have a crush on or you are romantically interested or attracted to somebody. Now the next one is where things get a little crazy and they get a little serious. That's right. To be crazy about somebody, which means you like or love someone a lot. Now, just like having a crush on, you could be crazy about somebody who has no idea that you exist, or somebody who does not reciprocate your feelings. So you could be crazy about a movie star. So when I was a schoolgirl, I was crazy about Tom Cruise. Well, obviously, Tom Cruise did not know about my existence, but I was crazy about him all the same. So being crazy about somebody is liking or loving someone a lot, with or without their knowledge. And to get serious means this is basically for people who are already in a relationship. So when a couple gets serious about each other, which means they decide to date exclusively, which means they decide to date only each other and not other people at the same time, or they decide to move in together, that means to start living in together, or they start discussing marriage. So when you say to get serious, it means to formalize or think of formalizing your relationship. So yes, this is when things get really crazy. So that's all about getting serious. The next one, which follows pretty soon about after people get serious, it's about popping the question. Now, what question is this? Well, to pop the question actually means that one person in the relationship has asked the other person in the relationship, will you marry me? Now, culturally, mostly men do this. They propose or they pop the question, which is obviously, will you marry me? But a lot of women like to pop the question nowadays, and go ahead and propose to their partners. So popping the question means to ask someone to marry you. Now the next one is fairly dreaded, something that hopefully shouldn't happen to any relationship. So let's say the boy or the girl, the male or the female in the relationship decides to have a lover outside of their marriage, which means two people are married, but one person is having an affair, meaning one person has a lover outside of the marriage. That is the meaning of having an affair. To have a romantic partner outside of marriage. Now the next one is fairly related to this one. You can even use it to substitute this one. It is to cheat on. So instead of saying Sarah's husband is having an affair, you could say Sarah's husband is cheating on her. Now the only difference between having an affair and to cheat on is to cheat on may be used if the couple is not married and they're just dating. So a boyfriend could cheat on his girlfriend, but it's mostly the husband who has the affair. So to cheat on has the same meaning to have a romantic partner outside of the relationship. So that's all about having an affair and cheating on, and in most cases it leads to the next outcome, which means dumping someone. So when you dump someone, it means that you end a romantic relationship, either just a relationship or even a marriage, when the other person is willing and wanting to continue, which means it's your decision to end the relationship. So if you dump someone, it means that you're ending the romantic relationship with that person. And well, unfortunately for you, if you get dumped, that's right, the past tense, if you get dumped, it means that somebody ended a romantic relationship with you when you were willing to continue. Sad. Well, moving on, something that everybody aspires to have in their life, or someone that everybody aspires to have in their life, to be soulmates. Now, when two people are really compatible in their personalities, in their values, in their thoughts, and they feel a deep, almost spiritual connection with each other, they can be called as soulmates. And generally, people call each other their soulmates when they've spent a long time together. They've been together for a very long time. So, to be soulmates means to be in a deep, strong, compatible relationship. So you could say something like, Holly dated a lot of guys before she found her soulmate in her husband, Jack. Or Jack and Holly are soulmates. They've been together forever. So yes, if you have the best possible relationship and you've been with your partner for a really long time, you can call your partner your soulmate, which means you feel a deep, intense connection with your partner. So well, that's all about talking about relationships and the various terms that are common and commonly used while talking about relationships. So the next time you're gossiping about your relationship or your friend's relationship, make sure you're using all of these terms, and that would add a lot of spice to your conversation. If you know of some more terms related to relationships, make sure you write in the comment box below. If you want to talk to me, type in a message out there. And if you want access to a lot more lessons like this, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel. It's time for me, Rima, to sign out and say bye-bye and take care. Make sure you keep practicing these phrases so that you become really good at talking about a relationship.